Alright, that's like, listen, I ain't even trying to rush. You don't know how to edit that shit. Look,
Yeah.
that's why I need like a certified boy.
Huh?
A certified boy.
Yeah, that's you could get like Kawhi Leonard dribble moves and shit. You feel me? Like
If I do this, right? Because it's still, I'm only going to use gloves. That's just it. I still keep my intercept on goal.
I can't see a screen, so like hold on. Hold on, my phone be nice. I'm trying to do some shit. Hold on. That shit just disconnected my whole controller. I Yeah, I be doing that controller input shit when I stream, so it's like
I took my,
see what I press on the stream. Uh
I took the steals down, right? So I'm gonna lose the glove,
mm-hmm.
but I can put it back up. Like,
That valid.
but I still keep at least this for uh
Mm-hmm. Need that.
for passing. Shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I at least could go down to 90 still to keep this at goal
Mm-hmm.
like that. Then I could shit. I already got that thing.
I will go 90 speed. Matter of fact, but wait. Hold on. Yeah, I would go 90 speed off rip because you don't need 93. Like I would just out the gate. Oh, I was just going for the
Oh,
90. What about the vertical? You can't go down on the vertical. It's already low.
no,
Mm.
I'll take
Block. Might take down the interior from the
I'll stop my equal.
stand and dunk.
What I need to put up, you said the
Speed to 90.
what my
Um, I mean, you could have brought your steel. It was something that you had.
I only took the steal down because
Oh, it's
I lost
90.
his glove.
Yeah, you
Only
had it on
thing I
91.
lost was
Yeah.
glove.
Mhm.
All I lost was glove. It was both 93. All I lost was
Uh, and what about the close shot?
I ain't lose nothing on close shot.
Damn. But you just gonna feel it in the and having a 90.
So what?
You just gonna feel it with having a 90. Like every 5 numbers you feel it.
Put the rest on. Just
I'll probably put the
like
rest on free throw. Just so you know what I mean, you know that's guaranteed. The bare minimum. You'll get way more bang for your buck for the free throw. In the moments when we down two, niggas shaking the controller.
um,
Squabble up. Squabble up.
at least get a cap breaker off rip. At least one off rip. I'm gonna buy that shit on it. You heard me? I'm buying that season, full season, with the cap breaker. Put on something. I'll put that shit on my 320. Shit, oh, oh, that think it's good, right? Feel good, so I'll leave it like this.
Hold on. Trying to start my shit too.
Think it's good if I leave it like this?
What you did?
Nah, I ain't do nothing. I think I added what you told me to add on.
Put your permit up. Yeah. 30. The only thing I'm worried about is your driving, but you could cap that as we just, you know what I mean?
Drive a layup. Dunk, I mean.
Either or.
I could, cap. That might have to be the first thing I do then. Yeah.
Gotta add that shit up. 11 and 9 is 20, 13, 33, 7 and 6. That's 13. So with 33 and 13, that's 40.
My driver dunk could go. If I can get 5 cap breaks, my driver dunk could go to.
Go to 77. $77. Off the top of the dome, you know,
So,
77.
24. Oh yeah, I added some extra shit.
Oh, that's 30.
So if I have 5, doing something.
Hold on, let me see.
So,
Because, yes, oh, sorry, hold on, yeah. Because honestly, most people, like, the average for a dunker, you want to go 87. But you do have a good shot, though. And then it's like you have good defense, and then you're fast as shit. So it's like you can't have everything. I mean, so 77 is valid. 77 is valid. You know what I mean? You just gotta be a midi demon, like a pump fake catch niggas off the. You know what I mean? So this handle shit, you just gotta have to finesse the handles. We gotta have to lab it up with the handles. OD. You're gonna be able to get by and get the dunks off, but you're gonna have to mix niggas up for sure. What up, Ryan? My son about to be fast as shit. Catching the shit. Give me that.
I'm gonna do it. I gotta go put the PC on yet. The probably take a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I went to say it.
About to make my shit right now.
My weaknesses is my vertical, of course, my finishing, and my shot blocking, which I worry.
I could probably if you share and give me the controller, I could probably finesse it good for you.
Uh, I used to. Oh, I got it. But do yours first, though.
Uh,
Yeah, do
yeah.
yours first. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping, gang. I've been in this building since Stone Car Gang.
Niggas just came from fucking Instacart, nigga. I'm like, nah, I gotta rush home. I already thought y'all was in the rack or some shit.
You rock? What time you rock?
Huh? You know.
That's how I was like, wait, fuck, let's.
All I know is I better see my V3. I already bought my shit. I gotta play this. Fuck it this. Mm. You said I got 22 points. And love came.
Interview, jam, jam, about the interview.
Yeah, I'm listening to act right now. I have my medals on.
Shooters in the little pod case. So yes,
They got a picture
this
going
game
out
is going
there.
to take a drastic upturn today. Why? Because the person who did the murder is going to be on the stand saying, "Yes, I shot him." But that nigga told me.
My name is Lock.
It's going to be a lot of treacherous shit. Okay? We've seen videos, or actually people in court have seen videos and graphic images of Ray Park's body, Savannah Robinson, after he was shot. It's an automatic weapon.
Bro, I ain't miss a shot. This
Allegedly,
little
there's
first little
still
my
shot
career game
where
shit, like
don't know how, firing up it's a handgun. Usually it recoils and then there's spent shells that come. Semi-automatic, which is legal, about one every second or so. When it's fully automatic, it's almost
I'm gonna
like
run in
5 or
threes,
6
all that.
seconds.
Rhythm.
Non-stop, continuous. And there's a still image where you can see 5 spent shells ejected from the gun at a time.
Definitely
It
on
just
pro though.
gives you idea of how many shots that these guys, Jam, Keith Jones, and Lindsay, sent at a Cadillac SUV that Quando Rondo was in. It's unclear if Quando was in the car at the time.
When I got under my knees when the law came.
And apparently Quando went inside some chips. You know that chips run? Driving around for a while on a road trip. Going into that gas station for some chips, some gum, you know, niggas got hot breath. Clutch. That might have been the only thing that saved Quando Rondo's life. Unfortunately, Spy Robinson wasn't that lucky. Bullet struck him. One went straight through his biceps. Another one was lodged in his arm, and another one fatally was lodged in his heart.
Man, I bet I the money when I log in.
There was an Infinity that pulled up in a gangway. Whatever. A driver in the car. 3 guys hopped out, did the shooting, hopped back in the car. And if you've ever been to Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, along with certain places in Florida, definitely New York
I
City,
want to rock
has some of the worst traffic. But nevertheless, even though they were downtown, 30 minutes later, these guys were at In-N-Out ordering all type of burgers and fries, drinking shakes, and looking on their phone to see if they got their guy. That's what's being alleged by the prosecutor. There are videos that back this up. While they were eating their burgers, they get a flight. It's time to go back to Chirac. They were about to head back to the airport. Dirk was nowhere near. Bonnie was 2 blocks away. Dirk didn't go in any cars. Bonnie was driving the lead car that was the rental. Dirk was either at the Airbnb or doing whatever work he was doing as an artist, a recording artist at that. Bonnie drives the BMW that is equipped with GPS to some random place, leaves the car and to the Uber from that same location. And goes to Airbnb that Dirk was staying at. After being caught,
Kenzie online. He about to send me an invite. Then I'm gonna have to dub it because I'm in here. Then he gonna want to invite in here. It's like, how this about to go?
Conversation with the feds. They
No,
caught him
don't go in
in
there.
a suite.
Just want to see what you got. Well, listen.
And they didn't just lock him up and take him to the station or take him into holding. They sat there. They probably had his phone tapped. We don't have proof of that right now. They knew he was vulnerable. Allegedly, according to the paperwork, they say to Bonnie, "We got you. Here's the thing. You're the kingpin. And unless you tell us something else, you ain't never gonna see the outside of a jail again." After a 2-hour talk, Bonnie, who many people describe as not a street nigga, not a guy who's used to being pressured and accosted by federal authorities or any type of law enforcement. After about 2 hours, which, by the way, this is what Brian Steele is saying. This is, he's threatened. If they make him a sweetheart deal or the cops can't do that. Robinson said, got the guy named, got the person flipped, supposedly started.
Welcome to FaceScan. Here are some tips to get the best quality from your skin.
Stand in a well-lit area and face towards the father's table yesterday. John's father.
Center your face in the oval. Tilt your head up. Tilt your head down. Tilt your head up.
He would say, "Fuck this nigga," because he didn't. Chicago, when it comes to certain, they say money's the root of all evil, but it's definitely true. Father did say he persuades his son because his son got all his money and didn't give him none. So he said, "Fuck." When asked that, okay, let's say his son gets out of this, how could he be forgiven? Well, he got to pay his victims back. Blood money. Okay, we say, all right, fine. All right, maybe he owes little Bob's family something. You hear the father even say on the line with me, "Well, I'm a victim too." Wants to cash. How are we still talking about that? But this is what it's gonna come down to. By the way, Chad, you don't think Dirk's the hot guy? It's 100. That's when we get to OTF King. So OTF Bonnie, who basically, by the admission of the agents who arrest him, they call him the kingpin. To say, we're blaming all this on you, unless you give it somebody else to
I'm
blame.
crying.
After 2 hours, he came up with it. He's now testifying. OTF Jam, guy in and out of jail. Went to jail 2010, got out 2022. Did 12 years. A guy who knows he's on his last strike, like if he goes back again, it's done. It's over. Guys took care of him. He came out when Jam get out of that jam. I give him 50 and he ain't gotta ask me. Guy who wanted to be around, was loving the OTF thing, wanted to be a rapper, he was dropping music.
From your scam.
His own admission, he says he's a decorator. He's not no important.
Center. Center is in the closer. Tilt your head up. Closer. Tilt your head up. Center. Tilt your head up. Tilt your head down. Center your face in the oval. Center, tilt your head down. Tilt your head down. Great work.
He was who he is. He doesn't cooperate until he feels he can't get a lawyer. The guys ain't holding it down for him. Or should he and he felt the guys ain't sliding for his issues. He tried to slide. Baby mama is too hard. He's realizing people are distancing themselves from him. You see what happened with Baby Brett? I like to call him Baby Bob. Get that boy a pinky or something like that. Give him a pass. Which kind? So that's what it is, y'all. OTF Jam gets locked up, can't get a proper lawyer. The guys ain't really communicating with him. They've been distancing themselves for a while. Apparently, he may not got paid for certain stuff. His baby mama gets killed. Nobody's sliding. He also realizing that, later while he's locked up, there's audio that came out that's old, but it kind of shows there is no respect there. And he does the selfish play, and he says, I'm going to pick myself. He disappears in the system. He starts working with the federal government. Y'all gonna hear him be referred to today as he supposedly taking a stand. They're gonna call him Casey Hester. Some people are gonna call him OTF Jam. We got a better name. That's our man, Jammy the Bull. He's gonna tell people about all the hot cars, all the switches. Oh, he loves switch. He loves switch. He gonna talk about the bodies, all the sliding. And according to him, he's only doing it for the sport. Now, let me preview what Dirk's team is gonna say. Well, if everybody supposedly love on, isn't that guy Kavon Grant, OTF Bonnie, isn't his name Bonnie because of the relationship that
Dude,
his
a lot of this
dad
shit
had
bugging
with
right now.
Bond's dad, and that's how they're related. And essentially, they were really close. Giovanni, King Bond. Why would someone have to pressure you or pay you to go exact revenge if you love Bond too? someone gotta pressure anyone. If Vaughn is their guy, Vaughn is one of them. That case is going to have to be made by Brian Steele and Drew Finley today. We haven't heard Drew Finley any cross-examination, but today the big dog's got to come out. Jamie the Bull. Jamie the Bull. He's locked and loaded, y'all. I don't know how long they'll take for this, but if you guys haven't been following the trial, I'll get you up to speed quickly. The crux of the government case is around what these guys are going to say. These guys are already convicted murderers. Jam pled guilty. Keith Jones pled guilty. And also Vonnie pled guilty. They're testifying with the hopes that their testimony could limit or reduce their sentence. The government has a lot of evidence that they're presenting. Nothing that is a smoking gun where Dirk explicitly outlines an agreement. Hey, when you kill him, I'll give you this amount of money. There's no proposition. Hey, I got this if you smoke it. None of that. Of course, Dirk just wasn't fucking retarded. Made several mistakes that the government are trying. What do they have outside of the witnesses? They have a lot of circumstantial stuff. They established motive. You were hurt. You even talked about possible self-harm when Vaughn died. You say you were trying to keep it together. You said you couldn't enjoy holidays because one of your guys had passed away and nobody was doing anything. You were fucked up. The motive is there. You wanted revenge to be enacted. Literally said it. It's in text messages. Maybe it didn't come with an instruction, but it at least establishes motive. Now, this is where the conspiracy is going to be. So you have a reason to want Lil Pop or Quando Rondo, and anybody with Quando Rondo, which I guess is Lil Pop, dead. This is where the circumstantial stuff, I believe, it gets strong at times and it gets weak as well. On face value, don't book no hotels under my name. One way you could look at it, you could be like, yeah, that kind of sounds like a guy who knows that there is a plan, is aware that something's happening. He's trying to evade law enforcement. That's on one hand. On the other hand, this could be a crafty millionaire artist who is either saying, don't do this. This is me saying, no, I'm not with it. Or someone who is saying, hey, listen, for my business or whatever's going to happen, please have nothing associated. Remember, Dirk needs reasonable doubt. There's other things. Well, Dirk from Florida, with a guy who bought the gloves, the mask, and the person who got the gun. Fine. The guy who's also going to be testifying against him. Dirk flew from Florida to LA on a PJ with him. We'll look at it both ways. Well, Dirk helped transport the guy because Dirk is an owner. That's one way. The other way to look at it is that Dirk was living in LA. He was just going back to LA. Apparently, he went to Florida to do a video for DJ Khaled. He went to do his work, and he was just returning. That's just regular artist shit. Vonnie worked for him in the capacity of a personal assistant. It's customary that Dirk would travel with someone. Hey, could you go get me this? Could you go do this? Hey, I need to pick up these clothes. Could you get that? That's all that travel was about. Again, chat, I'm laying it out here for you so you can look at all of this both ways. Why am I saying this? These cooperatives, these snitches, the government wants them to drop a good 81-point game. They need to really pieces together. Otherwise, it's a bunch of coincidences. Even if it doesn't look good, let's go another one. Dirk trying frantically to board a flight that was going to leave the country. On one side, it looks like an admission. Oh my God, they caught it. I'm out. I'm out. On the other side, it actually looks like someone who might be just trying to separate himself from some shit he has nothing to do with. Or an artist just traveling for whatever purposes he might have. He's traveling to places he did. Look at it both ways, even if you over one side or the other. Dirk had 27 numbers in a 2-year span. 27 new phone numbers in a 2-year span, meaning about every 2 to 4 months, he would get a new phone number. Also, he sent a text, hey, I delete my text threads every day. On one hand, sounds like a guy who's trying to cover his tracks. On the other hand, listen, celebrities get their numbers leaked all the time. Okay? Not only that,
You watching tonight?
you have people who just don't want to stay off the radar. It's not an admission of guilt. Look at it both ways. Look at it both ways. The detectives have conceded that there's been numerous meetings with Jamie the Bull. These instances. Most of those was with the AUSA office. That's the U.S. Attorney's office. And the AUSAs are the assistant U.S. attorneys that are prosecuting this case. He met with them 3 times. On one hand, it says, okay, even though this guy's a criminal, he's cooperating. On the other hand, well, this guy's desperate. He's going to spend the rest of his life if he doesn't do what he's told. But meeting with the government 30 times start to sound like sounds like you get your story straight. Sounds like you're rehearsing. Sounds like you're trying to practice what Jamie the Bull is going to get up there and say, what questions they're going to ask him, and he's supposed to deliver it, that they could get a conviction, that Jam get out of that jam. Here's the kicker about that. Only 2 or 3 times they ever recorded. What was so fucking secret? Why so secretive? Why so secretive? The next issue. They're calling this a case about murder for hire. Yet there's not a clear, defined money trail of where the money was promised and where the money was delivered. When did Jam get paid for this? By the way, the 50 nothing to do with it. He got the 50K before murder. He got that 50K coming earlier that year. So when was the bounty paid? Who paid it? You're going to hear try to say that Didi try to hook it up, try to figure out payment. With all due respect to Didi, what about Dirk? Did Dirk directly send money? If Didi sent or tried to orchestrate payment, how do we know Dirk was sending the money? And maybe not Didi himself, not say Didi. So we don't know about payment. We don't know of a promise of payment. We don't know of a attempted delivery of payment. And we don't know of a confirmation of payment either. The government's going to spin this around because what murder for hire does is not necessarily.
See, my friend, I'm gonna cap that. That's how I'm gonna get a movable enforcer.
Once with the money, this is an actual thing. But all it takes is a contract. It could be a verbal, a handshake. You clap that nigga, I'll give you 5,000. That's murder for hire. You don't even have to give the 5,000. Here's the thing. The only people who could try to communicate this so-called agreement are the two shooters who are now testifying to save their life. And who was the one that literally was helping book flights, transport people. He looks like the kingpin. Of course, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Pay us. Politicians don't pay us. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. That's the source. Trust me, bro." Jury's gonna have to make up their mind. Are you gonna send Dirk to jail for the rest of his life based on trust me, bro? No, trust me, bro. Trust me. He said he was gonna pay him. You don't got him in the text saying, "Yo, let me send you that bread for what you did." You ain't got nothing in text, no recorded calls. You have nothing where he says, "Yo, when y'all get that done, I'm gonna hit y'all with the bag." Oh, wait, hold on. The trying to use lyrics. Oh, he rapped that. You know, blast his ass. Ain't even gotta ask me for cash. Just blast his ass. There was an air of offering or understanding that with murders came payment. Really, nigga?
Ah,
If they need to prove there is the hiring portion, there was some compensation intended, even if it wasn't delivered. But if they can't prove, that there was some cash about to be given out, you know what they're saying? Oh, we got one. We killed people for dirt that they could go up the OTF rank and become musicians. Dirk could believe in them. Give them industry opportunities. Now, I suppose that could be an argument. But at that point, basically any artist working in the music industry who does anything in their whole life that may, I don't know, reflect positively on them when it comes to music, is that
8 plus
something
5
that
is what,
they
13?
be
That's gonna be
contracted to do
93.
or
So I might as well go down to 87.
again,
That's 5.
there ain't
Give me
nothing
that
what Dirk
92,
says.
you know what I mean?
Y'all want to be on the album? Go drop a body. Exactly. We're here today, chat. We're gonna see how it goes. Hope you guys enjoyed that little monologue right there. But we're about to.
It's either I could try to get the 90 speed or bailout. I'm gonna need bailout. And I know that. That's why they don't want to let me get it.
They're on my man Chop Lil Ross's head. They're on his bumper. Okay. Got Rico Reckless out there. Got Trap Lil Ross out there. And he out there having to tell everybody, yo.
I'm about to.
I did not. I did not.
Where I'm at with it.
He's like, I did not call Dirk a century. You know that? So y'all heard it straight. Respect for the free Dirk people, you know, I'm not anti-Dirk, I'm not pro-Dirk, I'm really just like a fan of the music. When this is, you know, I want to see. I do have a King Von tattoo on my leg. That's true. It's one of my favorite rappers.
You think it'd be nice?
What made you get it? Okay. Definitely kind of with somebody that had a huge impact on me. Music was incredible, but unfortunately, it does seem like, you know, there were two sides to King Von. Okay. That's insane. I believe everybody's in court. We are going to get some updates shortly.
Do it, bucket face ass.
updates shortly. Okay? We got Seti Nash out there. We got Trap Lord Ross out there. We got Denat out there. This is a video of Seti Nash talking with Drew Finland. By the way, again, we haven't heard Drew Finland in any of the stories about him doing what we expected him to do. I think right now, you know, when it comes to a dude like him, I think he's going to be a player coach. By the way, go back to the interview with me and him. You know what he said that was interesting? He says he doesn't take, when I asked him about the Diddy case, he actually said something that kind of goes against what Brian Steele's doing. He says he doesn't like to jump on cases where he can't control it. Basically, he wants to be the player and coach. It has to be his strategy, and he could use pieces. He's not controlling the show. And we're speaking towards the Diddy case at the time, because Mark Agnifilo is controlling that show, or was. He said he'd rather not, you know, he doesn't want to be plugged and play. He's not a role player. Clearly, when it comes to Brian Steele, who was the player and coach, we would imagine, right? Definitely for Young Thug. He has joined this team. Look like he, you know, he just has the Russell Westbrook green light, where whenever the ball go in his hand, he's throwing that bitch up. Fuck that. Fuck that. 3 people guarding them, 4 people chucking that shit. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? He got the ultimate green light. However, he's collaborating with Drew Finland for the overall strategy, but it still seems, based on how this legal team is built, that last and final word, the direction will all rest upon Drew Finland. He's going to be the guy dictating how this shit's going. Okay? You guys say Nash out there talking. Okay, say Nash. Nice. Say. Okay. Okay. Said he's talking shit, huh? Here we go.
Hey man, day 3 outside the courthouse, and I got to make some observations before we get started. So, what's to be expected is, one, the cross-examination of this special agent who's been sitting at the table, and it's going to make sense in a moment while I'm bringing all this up, because there's something that's ridiculously weird to me that everybody either ain't saying, ain't explaining, or don't care.
Do that.
But I find this shit to be odd as hell. The judge said on day 2, oh, yesterday was day 2. The judge said on day 1, I don't want people who are supposed to be testifying in the courtroom. Now, it was made clear to me by a lawyer that was in there, if they want to take the credit, they can post on there and say, I'm the one who told you that. It was made clear that dude was not a lawyer. That's number 1. Number 2, not only was dude not a lawyer, dude is a special agent whose craft is basically breaking down scamming and scheming and all this stuff. So when he came on as somebody who essentially had 14 years of experience, dope as shit as far as his field. He read off an impressive resume. And what he had on is what ultimately pissed me off and forced me to make this video. You had the Allen Iverson braids, not the regular straight backs, you feel me? Not the genuines or nothing like that. Not the Tyler Perry straight backs or nothing like that. Cuz had the whole entire everything. You see what I'm saying? He was zigzagged up in there and everything. And the reason I say that is because it was an image he was trying to portray as to say he was an expert of the culture because he's of the culture. That dude ain't from the culture. And I know he's not from the culture because he got asked about Newski. Dirk said, man,
Thank you, Seti Nash, for this, because no one explained it like that. Even Trap Lord was like, yeah, the agent just didn't know who Newski was. It clearly tells everyone they may have just only investigated this pop thing, but they don't really know the lore of Dirk, and they don't really know all his past to really have to understand it, to interpret some of the stuff they might be seeing. Like, for example, they're seeing certain lingo and they don't really know the backstory. They're seeing certain things. It might be going over their head, and they're just going off one thing because they're thirsty to solve that one crime. But in reality, know everything to really put everything together. And apparently that comes out that the agent didn't know when they mentioned the death of Newski, which is a critical component to even this case. It's critical because Dirk experienced loss of a close relative early on. And in Chicago culture, the term get back and also this revenge killing stuff started from then and trickled down. And even though Vaughn was killed in another city, a lot of these things became the narrative of how these guys move, who they recruited, or not. Let's not say recruited, but who they hung with. They moved around. Now, if you didn't understand that, so he says the guy is a black guy. He's the agent, the federal agent, and he comes in like he's Allen Iverson with the brain. So that depiction of him is going to give people the idea that, well, this guy, oh, he's a nigga, so he definitely knows what's going on, right? You expect the nigga to know, oh, you know the whole Lord. Said he's saying.
Feeling the way about Vaughn like I felt about Newsom. If you don't know, Lil Durk had a depressive episode about Newsom. He cried and shit. The same shit that Quando Rondo did is the same shit that Lil Durk did. So I'm gonna take a shot and take a poem in a moment. Wait for this next video. It's not a negative one, but bruh, you gotta see what I see because you don't see it how I see it because you're a different person. We'll get to that in a minute. But what's important about that is dude did that and said that shit, and then the feds try to sneak it in there. Objection. Hold on, you can't do that. And the judge sustained that. So if this dude talks about Newski being Dirk's cousin, how you gonna say that and you didn't know? And
Yeah, be nice if you hear me.
Walkers in here. It's a rumor. Admitted rumor that he watched some of the bloggers in here and basically said some of them is doing a good job. That don't strike you as odd? Hey, man.
So this is not going to be good for bloggers and journalists. You have a clueless detective up there. I just say this in media in general. The idea that the bloggers are never supposed to know more than the cops. I know regular fans and street niggas love to say the bloggers are the feds. And that's not true, or it's not supposed to be. Issue, that's their actual job. That's their 9 to 5. They got power of subpoenas. They got all type of investigative tools. They're supposed to know way more than the general public can even be. I guess what City Nash is hinting to, this guy might be clueless. Like, he don't really know what's going on. Maybe he's used some YouTubers' videos to figure out what actually went on and playing Dirk's favor because it's like, hey, did you kind of get all this theory from Reddit? Like, wait, hold on. I hope this thing ain't come with some Reddit shit. If that's the case, and Dirk's lawyers can fight on that and kind of, you know, the cross-examination of this guy is going to be important, right? Because you want to make sure you hammer it home. This guy don't know what's going on.
Hey, day 3 outside the courthouse, and I got to make some.
Okay, real quick. Trap Lord Ross is sending off some tweets. Oh, man. Just going down. It's going down. He said he's getting bullied into deleting. Oh, my God. What's going on here? Courthouse. And here we go. He says, Brian Steele just told multiple lies during cross-examination. Wow, okay. Now, the Smirkio fans who look at Brian Steele as Superman is not going to like whatever he's going to say. Let me read. Brian Steele told multiple lies during cross-examination. Claimed, now, here's another thing, too. Just off of what City Nash just said, there are a lot of people that actually believe the feds, not only agents or police officers or detectives, they believe that the AUSA or district attorneys in state cases, they look towards people like Trap Lord Ross. They look towards Reddit. They look towards academics to actually figure out who the criminals are. Which, by the way, that sounds crazy, but if you believe that narrative, this is why you see why Trap Lord Ross is getting so much pressure at court. Because if Trap Lord Ross is calling out Dirk's defense team, and let's say these guys are clueless, they're gonna be like, oh shit, what the fuck? Oh, the Trap just said he lied. Wait, no, get back on Reddit, y'all. Let's figure out the lie that we could go confront the lie and get a one up. So I see why they're kind of I see why the people who like Dirk are mad at Trap a little bit, and this is kind of an interesting one. Because if you actually do believe that the feds are leaning on the media, you want the media to be completely unbiased. But being unbiased completely, you can't call out Brian Steele for a possible line, but you can't say Chris Murphy. Right? people want pro dirt media members, but ones that don't criticize his lawyers or whatever. Anyway, Trap says Brian Steele just told multiple lies during cross-examination. He claimed Quando anointed Lil Tim as King Tim after killing Vaughn. Now, this is where Trap might get, he might have to chill out a bit until, like, I know he's going to do a documentary on this. He's having first-hand experience. He probably, hopefully, got some footage that nobody's seen or whatever. Obviously not inside the courtroom. But what he should do is chill out on saying this. I'm going to tell you why. Trap Lord Ross knows the case better than the prosecutors and probably better than the defense. Only Lil Durk and his defendants probably know more about all of these things than a Trap Lord Ross. Even me, right? You know the law. We've been covering this every day. So what happens is, even if you see something that's incorrect, right? When you sum it up later, you could obviously do what you do, but you might not want to sound exactly like you're doing a redirect for the government by saying false. Here's the real info. This was a random Savannah rapper who did this. Okay, it says FBI agent on the stand insanely agreed this lie was true. Okay, so apparently Brian Steele.
How did it look? Be nice if you could.
Quando,
They got fucked it
I
up.
guess he said the agent. Rondo called Lil Tim King Tim. And the agent said, yes. Remember, the agent is seeing blue. He don't really know a lot about it. He just know the investigation.
It's crazy how the layup costs more than the dunk. I'm like, what the fuck? What are we doing? Like,
He also said multiple times Lil Tim murdered King Von.
well, I'm trying to get you to 75 vertical because,
He says false. The murder charges were dropped.
but then again, you still would have to up your drive and dunk anyway. But wait,
Trap, I love you. This is when you gotta chill a bit.
yeah, for you to get silver.
The word murdered is not
But
only
I'll try and get you a good
actual
dunk, at least
charge,
good
it's
dunk
an
packages. You know what I mean? Like you should be able to
Okay.
get some. You know what I mean?
To
So,
murder someone.
that beat that
doesn't
low ass
mean
70
you
layup.
have murder charges.
You know what I mean?
By definition, if we just look it up,
I was debating on whether I was gonna put your
over,
handles up, but I'm like, nah, let me just get you the 90 speed.
murder.
Strength ain't really, I mean, you still got everything you need for the most
Well,
part. Everything you can still cap that, you can still
like it's
cap.
well,
I don't know what the strength gonna go to. How you check the bag?
murder is seen
You was
as
doing that shit.
unlawful intentional killing. Some, I guess it depends on who's saying it, right? Some
I ain't gonna
people
do this for
still
my
feel like
baby.
it was unlawful, even though technically the government hasn't made a stance on it because they didn't prosecute it.
Damn, look at the strength. Chill. It's still all out.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't get mad if someone said he murdered him. You know why? The government officially never cleared his name. They only declined to prosecute. That's all.
Yeah, you could.
Declined to
Yeah.
prosecute does
Wait,
not
hold on.
mean
Yeah,
that
you
they
can still get the
did not-
contact
they
dunks with the
still
vert
didn't
and
do
the
it.
drive in.
They have never
You can do a
ruled
lot
that
with this bill.
Lil Tim could get brought up on those
This
charges.
is the handles. You're gonna be stuck with the handles.
So murder
75 not
charges
bad.
being dropped. He murder didn't happen.
Most
And
small
that's the
forwards
thing where,
175.
Small
Small forwards,
you
power
got to
forwards.
start walking that thin line. Because in one
Nah, I
sense,
think
he's
this dollar right
as
here. I
in
don't know. Hold on. Let me just see what the comparison
murder
is.
is the unlawful intentional killing of somebody.
Mm.
And Lil Tim
He
did
flew
not
off
get
the ground
convicted
to
for that.
affect shot of
But
them.
did he get acquitted of it? No, he did not.
Yeah, because you don't got high block.
No, he did not.
But
he did
you
not
definitely
get
gonna be
acquitted
on
of it.
niggas. Cause you got the challenger, the seatbelt, the take
Through an
dodger.
acquittal where a jury of his peers deemed his actions
I don't know, think
as
it over, B-Nice.
self-defense and
But
acquitted him of
that's what I
murder.
would go with
You
at
could
that position and
categorically
at
at
that
that
height.
point say that murder didn't happen. However, because
Think
the
about it.
government didn't
Yeah,
choose to pursue this and
That
it
to
got
me
dropped,
right there.
then
Show
it
your
can't
Vaughn,
be
check
considered murder.
D
It's the
Night
same
Screen.
thing when Dirk and them shot. You can't be like, oh, a shoot.
I
And
want to leave
okay,
this
there's a shooting that's associated with charges, but then the charges got dropped. He got picked up back later.
yeah, cause
So
you got
you gotta, you know,
I gave you even gave you the
I
free
think
throw.
Trap, you know,
From the block for
Trap
the
knows
free
to
like
give it
hello.
professional spunk to it.
30.
But in fact,
Yeah, cause the
checking
threes you
here,
definitely could
we
cap that
also
and
have
get
to
that
remember
easy.
there's a whole
Yeah, I mean,
side
cause I
here.
looked at the
So
badge that when I
we're
took it
using
down
these
one, it
words
said some
that
shit like
because there's no
you're running
cameras in court,
threes.
people are
Bro,
hanging
you a
on to
lot
words
like
by
I don't think no one expecting you to do
they're
running
hanging on to
threes,
it by
bro.
brand.
You know what I mean?
So
You know what I mean? So
if I was in
like
that
you can still get it
courtroom
anyway.
and I heard Steele say that Little Tim murdered King Von, I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
to
how
take
this
that
shit.
to
You gotta
say,
really
I'm
trim the
going to go
fat
tell
on this
people
shit.
that
Now I gotta go check my build
Brian
again. 'Cause I ain't
Steele,
even see the cat breakers. Hello.
it could be considered murder. Here's the thing. The fact that AUSA, the fact that the prosecutor, and by the way, with Traplor kind of calling it a lie, I hope there are objections because that's how it works. There should be objections. If someone is, hey, objections, Your Honor, he was never convicted. If it's not checked there, that's where maybe some of the pro Dirk people might be looking at Traplo to be like, yo, bro, nigga, you trying to be an extra prostitute? Like, what you trying to do, Danny? So, you know, I want Traplo to like do what he does, but you know, it is a bold statement if you call out your lead attorney claiming he's lying. That's very bold. Okay, that's very bold. And if you're gonna say that, you gotta come with it.
You said what I'm finna do?
After he tweeted that, he says Brian Steele did a
I
great
did
job
the era.
pressing the FBI. Incredible lawyer, but interested against the
I'm
lie.
playing in the Kobe era.
Now, here's the thing about these cases, and I've accepted that. This is why
And I really don't want to play in that old school era with the booty shorts. I ain't with that. And then the LeBron era, like we already played that. Like we did that. The Steph Curry era, like
this is a tweet with maybe some in terms of, oh, Brian Steele said this, but it's all wrapped up in the opinion of Traplo Ross, which I know you might be upset about, but he's in the court. He's watching the demeanor. He's hearing how it sounds, and he knows the case. Now, I'm not saying he's right because his opinion's coming out of it, but this is kind of what we get when we're dealing with people who are going to court. So, for this. Today after Vaughn died, Dirk texted Doolittle, Mondo's number, and the number of someone in Savannah who might be able to get his location. One salty about yesterday's tweet that the Fed didn't purposely confirm
shit.
that Didi wrote the
You know the
message.
Cavs.
Why did Didi's lawyer
You gotta
go
take
back
Kobe out his glove.
and argue for an hour that the message was
You know what I mean? And it's a nice lineup. Ilgaskis, LeBron, fucking. It's a couple of hitters. So okay, me at the one.
Says Jam will
She about to
allegedly
get dog.
testify that Didi was the leader of Takedown. Wasn't a shooter. Cooperators plan to say Dirk was mad at O Block for not signing
bucket
on Rondo when he paid for Airbnbs for them to be in Atlanta. Niggas was in the Airbnbs, got their stinky feet up, got the foot just on the goddamn on the table.
I got
Uber Eats.
I
They
got
ordered everything but other than some
Wait,
motherfucking
come on.
roller skates to slide. Nigga,
Where's my
the
VC?
slide. Dirk was supposed to be Dirk. Yeah. Got hooligans down
Hold
there.
on.
Got nice little B&B that's at third. All right, man. What is the slide go at?
So it's 5.
Yo, it's the third day. Y'all niggas like, yo, when the slide gonna start? Phil shows a picture from Vaughn's IG with the caption, if Smart want a nigga dead, then that nigga dead, man. They say he's getting bullied into deleting post.
Come on.
Now, there was a PR that's working shot to Holly for Dirk. She did correct one of the tweets by Trap Lore Ross. Okay? It's Holly. She actually responded to it directly. By the way, if y'all niggas get in trouble, all your news about murder, kill, and horrible, got tattoo on your face talking about GDK and hire her. She'll at least make sure people know donated to the children's hospital. I mean, anyway, so Holly did call out Trap Lore yesterday, and she tweeted out a copy of a page of the transcript, and this seems to be about the Quando Rondo thing. So this kind of yesterday we didn't get too much into it, but Didi's team did a recross to try to make sure this was not misconstrued. So apparently, after Lil Pop died, there's a message sent, right? There's a message sent from Didi's phone. The way it was listed in the indictment, it seemed Didi was talking shit to Quando Rondo, saying, "Well, y'all niggas forgot y'all pole. What's up with y'all niggas? Y'all niggas, I get killed out here. Y'all niggas forgot y'all gun now." That's how it was listed in the indictment. That's how the government's been presenting it. But the defense was trying to correct the record, saying, "Talk to Quando. He never sent the message taunting nobody. He actually posted something that was already posted online via Instagram." Okay, this is where it says, to be clear, it doesn't appear to attack Quando, right? And it's correct. So the original post appears to tag Quando. He's not tagging Quando because how the government put it out is that because he DM'd someone a post, they went to the comments of the post and they said, "Look, OTF was trolling." Well, they were talking about fans that was commented on a public post. Yes, Didi sent the post privately, but Didi was not talking shit. So, and here it says, the original post says, so it looked like the government made it seem like Didi said this. Didi didn't say this. Didi sent the post that captioned this. Quando, where was y'all pipe at, gang? So they had to correct that to make sure people know Didi was never taunting or trolling Quando about that. He said, "Do you see that correct? Are you familiar with the term pipe?" Yes. What does that typically refer to? It's usually another term for a gun, a fire, or a pistol. Said, okay, and does Didi appear to have commented of any particular on this message to Lil Barney? Do you see that? The answer says yes. Question is he playing crazy? Okay, we're gonna. Basically, he did not to ask Quando, "You forgot your pipe." So it's okay. Listen, we're here in independent journalist land. We're gonna work out the kinks. And to all you other old, antiquated, bum-ass niggas, listen, we've covered a million cases. If there's something wrong, if, you gotta shapen up and ship it out or figure out how to get the report correct all the way, we'll get to it. We don't need to have up. Trap Lord will get in line. He'll figure it out. Seti Nash will figure it out. Trust me, these people, they work harder than the rest of y'all bum-ass journalists. We don't need you. And if we do need one of y'all, shout out to our queen, Lauren Conlon. She's on standby, even though she's said that Taylor's gonna be home now. So we got some people that's gonna be helping us out with additional information to make sure we're being very accurate. Okay. So damn, I'm guessing they're mad at Trap Lord today. Trap man, do not jump my boy Trap man. Don't jump Trap. Here's the thing too about calling out Brian Steele, quote unquote, for lying. There's no objections if the agent on the stand that's a government witness is answering the questions. You don't have to be the whistleblower. Oh, now I called him lying, brother. Important on the case, you have to edit. It's a little bit of extra editorializing. You know what I mean? If Brian Steele lies, it's for the government to catch him. And if the government lies, it's for Brian Steele to catch him. That's how it is. This is one-on-one here. They on the court right now. This ain't for the nigga. Yo, it's like the nigga like that's in the nosebleed shouting out, "Yo, bro, he traveled. Shut the fuck up." That's kind of what it is. You know what I mean? So now, of course, in your opinion, you can give it, but like right now, we're reading these tweets to hear exactly what's happening. Okay? Exactly what's happening. All right. Shout out. Shout to Trap. Let's see. Who else is active right now, chat? Who else is active right now? They tell me Jeremy the Bull is stretching. Perfect. So, Ryan Steele has put the federal agent under pressure for this cross-examination.
Yeah.
They heavily focus on a Redman video. Okay? Lil Tim, Quando Rondo, and King Von, and what the federal agent could not determine from evidence. All right, so here's breakdown. Ryan Steele brought the agent back. It was filmed on January 21, 2020. Yeah, the agent go through the video.
Yo, remember when I bought VC last night? Yo, bro, that shit not popping up. Like, that shit is fucking me up right now.
Remember, according to the federal indictment, they claim that, oh, this further how bad Dirk wanted revenge, because in the video for Redman, in the video, it actually depicts.
It's probably an ice shit where
Where is it? Anyway, they were basically saying that they were using a lookalike of Bond. Okay. So it says the agent agreed that it was a music video. The stages were seen. Scenes were staged, and the shooting was a part of the video production. Steele asked if the video was ever officially released. Agent said no. So there was an unreleased video. Okay, so it's an unreleased video. Where is this? Anyway, in that unreleased video showcase like they're hunting down someone.
Nah, like, niggas really zoed me for my VC.
Steele asked the release. He says no. He explained that during the investigation, he searched across the internet and was unable to find the video.
Yo, bro. And the crazy shit, right? I just bought VC again by accident, and it's still not popping up. Like, what? Like, nigga, I did. I'm about to restart my system.
That's not how music videos go. Music video has many elements and many chime in. Record label chimes in.
Oh shit, you right, Joey.
Oh, should they might chime in on what the treatment is. Agent said no, they didn't ask anybody else. So Steele said for follow to determine whose idea was it that video. Said Steele says
You might be right, Joey. You can still hear me? Shit, crazy. She getting me tight, Joey. Like, what? Last night I bought 50. I went on Amazon. I bought a $50 PlayStation card from Amazon. I typed in the code. I put it in on my shit. Hold on, why I look so dark? I put it in on my shit, but I didn't realize that I look so dark. I'm trying to change them. Yeah, I put it on my shit, and Yeah, the VC never transferred over when I downloaded the game. Like I bought the VC before the game finished downloading. I don't know if that's where I fucked up and like it's not popping up now, gang. But even just now, when I was kept messing around with my wallet, my PlayStation wallet, I kept trying to look, kept trying to look. I accidentally bought new VC again just now, 200,000. Bro, why when I check the shit, it keeps saying I got 100,000 VC. I bought the 100 pack V2K, so I automatically get 100,000. So technically, y'all just robbed me for 2 transactions of VC. I'm really supposed to have like 700,000. Why I keep saying I got 100? So now it's like, mind you, on Amazon it said there's no refund. That's a final sale. So now I gotta try to call fucking my bank, and this shit is wild, bro. This shit wild, bro. Shit crazy, bro. This is this the shit niggas be talking about, though, Joey. Like, oh man. Oh man. Builders, I just fucked up. I didn't pay attention to the bad shit. Like I didn't pay attention that you can see your cap breakers while you building your build. But I feel like my cap breakers is weak. But that's cause like I'm a star player. Like I go for highlight shit. Like, you know, high attributes. So they ain't gonna give me much on the back end. This is my first game. I've been doing Instacart all day, bro. Hustling, grinding. Today the B-Day and shit. You know what I mean? So I've been outside all day. I ain't gonna lie. You know, 2K had to drop on my B-Day. Where the party at? Yeah, man. My son Joey in the chat. My son Joey in the chat.
I'm blessed to see that.
Wait, hold on. How much VC did I buy? Yeah, they still owe me 50,000. They still owe me 200,000 VC. Yeah, it gave me, cause I bought this shit twice like a dummy game. Like I paid for the card last night on Amazon. I put in the code, but I put in the code last night while the game was downloading. I redeemed the code, gang, on some like, oh, when the game start, my VC gonna load in. Nigga, I don't see my VC. All I see is the 100K. It's like, so I'm like, wait, what? So I keep I'm in the PlayStation store. I put that shit in like 5 times trying to redeem the same code. I'm maxing shit. I accidentally buy again, like, cause like on my shit, like once my account already on here, my information, my cards. Once you press that shit by once by accident, niggas gonna buy it. So it bought VC again, 200,000. Now I see it say I got 300. You feel me? But where's my original shit that I bought last night? Like that's my whole thing, man. Like,
That's
oh no. My son Joey said record it. Sure.
My first $50 VC.
Celebrities are still trickling in.
Daddy want to play the game too.
Celebrities are still trickling in. This is Father Day. Dirt Pops.
We're live. We here day 5. Day 5 of the Little Dirt trial. It's been a journey in this trial. I'm not gonna cap to y'all. Yesterday was a long day. I was gonna get to see OTF Jam take that stand and like start telling his side of the story. Prosecution had a whole other plan. They continue basically cross-examining detective stand from basically Monday. First got on stand. They continue doing that cross-examining of him. So after that, they brought in about another alleged expert detectives and witnesses to break down certain situations. One man was somewhat of like a gunsmith expert, allegedly. He was breaking down the guns that was used in the shooting that ultimately took the life of Lil Bob. After that, they
agent, the black man that I didn't be a witness. I thought he was a person.
Yeah, Joey, it's crazy.
On the stand, basically, caused a little conflict. After the court was released, the judge basically kind of got on the prosecution for bringing this man on the stand.
Someone's supposed to be or a witness that's listed, they're not supposed to be.
It wasn't like told to them that he was going to be up there giving like alleged expert information. Let y'all know, man, it's been a crazy little journey up in this one. So see what happens today. Hopefully OTF Jam take the stand today. Finally hear his side of the story. Right now, it seems
I'm
like
talking to the
persecution,
PlayStation
main
chat
thing they're
before
doing
now.
is continue trying to like identify, you know, the alleged man that took, you know, put Tupac and actually taking the life of Tupac. So far, they haven't really proved nothing really to me that like Lil Durk had involved. They're bringing up one text message over and over, but it can be interpreted in many different ways. You just said don't book flights under his information, basically.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Presentino. Marcello was here.
Yo, when I tell y'all niggas, I drove over 100 miles today. Like, no way. It's crazy. Niggas went to 610 BJ's exterior.
That's not even going away.
My nigga, I drove a lot, but nigga, I was in the car. Put it like this. I was in the car from fucking 6:30 a.m. to fucking 4:30. Like, in the car all day, driving. Like, niggas went to Queens. Niggas went right there to 139th, BJ. Niggas was in the city. Niggas went to Queens. An hour drive from the city. No tolls. Niggas went to Yonkers. The back. Like, that's crazy. Shit nutty. Nigga, from Queens to Yonkers and itself, nigga.
Okay, so
Like, what is that?
Dirk's
Crazy.
team flipping it. They have this idea of Dirk talking about travel.
But I ain't gonna lie, niggas definitely got they niggas definitely got their little Instacart shit rocking.
Say sacred gratification.
Mm-mm. No fucking way, though.
See what a no
No fucking way. Nah, like, it was some nigga, they was like, I did Grubhub. Niggas was like, yo, niggas wanted me to pick up some pizza. Bro, the shit was 7 miles to drop it off. I'm like, wait, what? No fucking way. Then some nigga, I was in Queens. Nigga got me tight because I'm in Queens and I'm getting my first pickup. I'm hyped. I'm like, oh shit, all right. Nigga, I look where the drop off is. Nigga, the nigga was all the way on West 96th Street, bro. From Queens. I'm like, yo, you taking me away from where I just got. Like, I just drove here. Like, I just came all the way over. Nigga, I was about Rikers Island. I'm like, yo, nigga, I came all the way over here just for you to bring me all the way. But yeah, that shit had me hot. I'm like, nah. No way.
So-and-so took my shoes here, bring it back.
Then nigga wanted me to deliver yarn. Nigga was knitting a sweater. I'm like, nah. Just for this? Nah. That's why I'm about to study. I see they got the little shit where you could deliver pharmaceuticals. I'm gonna try to study for that job.
Sport of gold. Sport of gold, man. score a goal means you kill someone. So I'm surprised that if maybe the fans don't think it's cold. So if they don't think it's cold, didn't have like an extra goal. I don't think about a goal. It's going to a away.
So when he said twice under my name, she put the around the same time. That was about someone. Also happens. I'm playing. I'm inspired to say,
Nah, you gotta get that background.
tired. I can be to
Right. Sources, I finally found Black Shire source at LA Times. Seems like he's kind of put first statements. That's good. First and foremost, he does have a big showcases. Reckless at the end of yesterday. We're wearing a free bird t-shirt.
Hey, nigga, going in laughing around the tight nigga. Nigga, hey, nigga.
Home and great. Oh, phone him great.
Going in laughing around the tight nigga. Hey, nigga. What the fuck going on?
Third on phone him great. What going on?
All that I'm saying. Shit wrong.
Absolutely. A master with nice potential see it, civilized human being that would never man. So this happened yesterday too. We were get to it. I just scouts at the end said after death, bro, you can't do that on a O-block team. Like, he got killed. You can't do that. That's it. That's I decided both scouts or end TV. Should up Bond. Bond is not a big drop. You should show this to this show a video story with Monorano little Tim about shot. Prosecution said in King Bond's songs called Crazy Story. Yesterday, Dirk was wearing a dark green suit. Dark green suit, man. Very suited and booted up. Okay.
Niggas was in that sport mode today, be nice, you know? You know?
How about I might go to the school casual. Oh, I'm ready for people.
Mm.
Damn. Hold on.
Oh, you didn't see the dude floaters? That's all I'm doing. I got no shot. I gotta float that bitch up. Ain't no limit to it.
That's what I want to say. See? Because the moment that to the prosecution after the left, Dirk had his hand on his chin, Steele had his hand on his tie, and Drew had his hand on his head. That moment when cameras are not allowed. Prosecution also played an audio from Lil Durk where he said, "Man, tell them niggas to go get, no, tell them niggas to get on the phone with Lil Mo. Ain't no call smirk and squash the beef on Lil Mo. Said, well, boxing man, me and you, your homie Quando, he could not. I keep telling y'all, Rock Quando, when y'all say that Quando was having the worst time of his life, Dirk was having niggas shoot at him every 60 days, nigga. First and the 15th, nigga. Every 60 days. Dirk was, again, legend. A legend. Says, yo, definitely a street nigga. On phone and squat shit. Take a piece of this fucking switch, nigga. Dirk sent another text message that was read in court. That was this. So the text was discussed and resecured. So there's a reason to get into gang activity. Oh, he's a black disciple. It sounds like to me it's a gang war. It's not a gang war. They can't now backdoor and use whatever they're interpreting. Steele, that's what Steele's argument was to judge. This also showed, okay, now this morning, oh shit, a screenshot from Lil Durk's phone up in of a kid post where it said Quando Rondo shot in Georgia. The shooting happened at a gas station at Blackshear, Georgia on May 2nd, 2021. That prosecutors showed footage of an unreleased Redman video. Detective said Banks is shooting an individual that oddly looks like Mr. Bowman. That's the type of Quando Rondo. Steele says, I'm going to observe. It says he stalks and he shoots him in the video. Steele says, I'm just going to object to the word odd. Give me odd. Judge says, it's striped. It's striped. It showed another TMZ video of Quando today in court. And Spire Robinson walks out the court. They played the video again. That, again, is still of the same scene where Rondo is hysterical as they pull the body of Spire Robinson out the SUV. I don't know if it's blurred in court. The video we have seen is blurred. Basically, the parents, I think they warn the parents every time when they're about to show the body. Steal on Cross. It says, wasn't Quando laughing at Bond's death? Did he call Lil Tim King Tim? And he put that on social media? But Dirk didn't do this after the death of Mr. Robertson, did he? So okay, so I get that point. They're saying that Quando laughed at Bond after Bond died, but Dirk never laughed at Pop when Pop died. See, this is where you get into a life trap. You can get into it like, well, if you can't get the main nigga, then you better get his guys. That's kind of like, you know, he was always somebody went. See, why you calling me, bro? I'm on screen. On screen. Good. Oh, yeah, I say he's working on jumping. He's playing. So when was there ever self-defense of Mr. Lee, sir? Defensive. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's get to some other stuff. Now they're talking about Dirk being stricken. Steel is still going. So Trapper Ross had a back and forth with someone right as the court after her first break. This was over a tweet about OTMDD yesterday. Oh, man. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm Trapper Ross, you should hire more security. Hire someone just to film. But you're going through, and I give you credit because I don't get it. They confront you this after, you're not tucking your tail, you're still going in that fucking courtroom, you're still going outside you're just hiding like niggas. I mean, like, respect it. Respect it. Oh, he got checked. Okay, he got checked, they went. Do it again, nigga. The fuck are you talking about? As long as they don't put hands on my boy Trap Lord, you know, okay? No, make this guy get some dirt shit and slide for Trap. Slide for Trap now. Oh, we slide for Trap, y'all? Gonna be the OTF jam if yeah. That's why we didn't get an update from Trap Lord yet. Oh, they're pressing him. Yo, the updates from Trap Lord, they got him on tweet duty now, nigga. He can't make a video on his bumper. They on Trap's bumper right now. Yeah, last tweet then, yeah, they on his bumper. They on my boy bumper. Okay. Other people to look into. We're gonna keep Michael Blackshire on the on our regular list. Went to deny SETI. We're gonna go to you in a second. Even though this SETI didn't post anything. We're new. We're gonna call her.
Listen, y'all, please trust me. About tonight,
she also has some updates. Here is what she had. Let's get into this chat. Here. She has, okay, said Farmby testimony revealed the following text between Dirk and others. There's a screenshot of Dirk's phone. Messages discussing Timothy Lee, Lil Tim, released on bond after the murder. Someone presumably Dirk says they did that fast. The second text writer, second texter writes that Leaks was bragging about his release. Will wake them up. Presumably responds, and she still get that address? And the second texter says, she waiting for you to tell her what to do. It looks like location alert. It's time to get the low. It's time to get the low. It's time to get the low. Now, who said Dirk wasn't sliding? Allegedly. Yeah. Shown of an unreleased video. That's Redman. Dirk sees news articles of the death. They retrieve the gun and shoots an individual in clothing similar to what Leaks was wearing. Oh, so they're saying that looked more like Leaks, which is sorry, that looks more like Lil Tim rather than Taekwon Bowman, which is Quando. Messages are shown of Dirk, Wilson, and Salisbury in a group chat. I think David Salisbury. This is Dewey Lowe. Dewey Lowe. So Dewey Lowe's name is now in this chat where they're discussing that OTF Jam is going to tell the feds soon. Now we need a timestamp on this. There's no way they would have. It can't be before the murder. It has to be after. They're saying that for a while they discuss. Oh, Jam finna go tell the feds. They said Dirk wrote, this bitch ass nigga finna tell soon. D Ski. He wrote, and he think he can break us down. Wrote later, on a grave. Okay? Anything, as long as we don't break. Fuck it. Some Steel Cross. The most tense moments when Steel describes the brutal killing of King Von. He describes Quando as dragging, shot like trash. He replied, said Steel countered, so you don't know nobody mindset but your own, right? The detective said, yeah. Steel says, so why Leaks charges was dismissed for shooting King Von? Army says, because he believes it was self-defense. Later, Steel made things emotional. He stated he hoped he was not making things personal, but asked if people felt grieved when losing someone. So Army says yes. He wasn't making eye contact at this point. Steel then asked investigators if they were taking personal feelings in private conversations that were raw to prove their own narratives, meaning that things that didn't have meaning, they were putting their own feelings onto it. Steel asked if people who were mad and were grieving sometimes say and do things that they would later not do. Time to process. Farmer says that's possible. A little more. Steel also made a point to note that the music video that was allegedly unreleased, Redman discussed earlier, depicting Dirk an individual, was produced by a professional company, which Farmy agreed. It was. He asked Farmy, did you speak with the producers or the video of the record or the label involved with the investigation? The detective said no, I didn't speak to anyone. And aware of any other investigators people. And there's a quick update. There's a lot to unpack this morning. FBI Special Agent Farmy continued his testimony for the prosecution. Defense Brian Steele at Tense Cross, which will resume shortly. Here are the quick highlights. Or resumes. Okay, and I think that's just short thread. Alrighty then. Trap Lord Ross having to catch them face is crazy. Yeah. They slowed up them videos from Trap Lord Ross now. We ain't getting them videos like that no more. Yeah, it's last tweet, man. Last tweet, man. Let's see why City Nash. Let's see why City Nash. It's kind of slow now. We're heading to lunchtime, so it looked like Brian Steele is going to finish the cross. Brian Steele's going to finish this cross. Then we're going to get the lawyers for Didi, also the lawyer for Didi and lawyer for Lindsay. And then after that, I think it's just going to be lunchtime. After lunchtime, I'm thinking it's time for the main event. Jamie the Bull. I hope right now they order him some nice McDonald's, okay? Right now, OTF Jam. Jamie the Bull. This is how he's looking because he's going to be taking the stand, or that's what we think, after lunch. After lunch. Wait, did he have a video tape? Or what's that? But he gonna look like this. This is how OTF Jam look right now.
Give me some give me some McDonald's. When you come back, I might come with something. Can you do that? Yeah, stop.
Jamie the Bull is coming up, chat. Jamie the Bull is coming up. Okay, let me see this video. This is day 1. Alright. Has he put any day 5 stuff? Let's put the day 5 stuff yet. It's just his editor putting stuff out. I ain't gonna lie, man. It might have hit Traplo Ross with a DDT, man. It might have hit Traplo Ross with a little Reese 300 combination. Somebody do a wellness check on Traplo Ross. Somebody do a wellness check on Traplo Ross, y'all. Somebody do a wellness check on Traplo Ross. Let me just Google his name, man. Yo, Remo, man. Why you not out there sliding for trap, man? The mosquitoes. Crazy work, y'all. Crazy work. Can't even lie. Crazy fucking work. I think he's back in court. I just think he just didn't do his update outside. Either that or he's on his way to the hospital. Is there anybody else doing updates? Is there anybody else doing updates? Y'all better not beat up my favorite bloke. Not my favorite bloke. Y'all better not touch him. Lawyer for Workers. Is he tapped in? Let's see what's going on, chat. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Happened on day 2 of the Dirk trial. By now, you've seen my videos, hopefully, about text about don't book, no flights. A lot of other text messages were introduced. I'm going to bring for you. Also, we got evidence from the phone that was seized from the home invasion that the judge said would be allowed to evidence. But this wasn't that. There's a couple of thumbnails that showed posts about Quando Rondo being shot at 2020 shooting, but a shooting back in Georgia in like 20 or 2020. Ultimately, what the defense was able to get the federal agent to admit is that, look, all we were able to get on this phone are these thumbnails. We don't have the text messages. We don't have this attached to any type of conversation. Who sent it? How it was saved? We got nothing. There's a couple thumbnails where he has pictures on his phone of social media posts discussing a shooting at Quando Rondo a year or 2 prior to this murder for hire. Several posts that they could auto-save. We have no idea who sent them. It's going to be a big issue for the defense. Then we got text messages that Dirk was sending to a guy named Jason Smith. Interesting, all of these messages are coming from Jason Smith's iCloud. Dirk gone through 17 different phones, which the defense will obviously point out, like a celebrity very was in the process of often deleting his text messages, which again, the defense will point out a celebrity very well might. So you couldn't get any of the stuff from Dirk's phone. It all came from the Jason Smith iCloud. We saw all these text messages following the killing of King Von. There's stuff in there that the government, puts a lot of faith into. The defense, I think, is going to be able to argue. Dirk has a text. I can't let this slide. Him trying to turn me into a different. We'll just wait on the get. Turber is somebody grieving 2 years prior to this murder for hire. The real text message was the one that we talked about earlier. This don't.
Hey chat. Real quick, and I hate to stand there and advertise in the but kick.com/academics. This is our one of our most important platforms, but it's the only platform we're not hitting 100K on. We only got 86,000 followers. We got to get that to 100K. I don't care where you watch on. Right now, we got 26,000 people throughout all platforms. We got 14,000 people. Everybody count on Kick and only subscribe to me. It's okay. Just hit the follow button. We got to get this to 100K. We can't look like a peasant. We got to get this number up to 100K. By the time this trial done, we got to be 100K everywhere. Please, anyway. Yeah, let's get to the thing with Lawyer for Workers. Also, start 6'9". 6'9" got it too. Okay. All right. Here. Oh. No, he doesn't have a. For today yet. 6'9" did get into it with him. Did you see this? Y'all niggas need to stop listening to this nigga right here. This nigga is not a lawyer. He gets everything wrong. Remember when he said Torrance is wrong? I want you to know. Those rappers around for free. This is all hotel. Now, Mo flexed on 6'9". He says, I closed a $10 million settlement this year. Making millions. Stop playing with me. So Mo said, you got to be honest. Transportation, flight. Nobody pays it. According to 6'9", he says that a lot of people are reporting the case with a slant to favor Dirk because they want Dirk's fans to fuck with them or to help build their platform. He says they're not being accurate. He says loud and wrong. He believe in these Instagram lawyers. Save this video, come back when the trial is over. He says Vaughn, dead. Life imprisonment. OTF, almost stitching. 6'9", alive and free. Lil Tim, alive and free. Quando, alive and free. Which, by the way, I think Quando's got halfway out. He's not NBA, alive and free. That's the win. To do this coverage. He does this for free, for fame. The only reason I don't like Trap on Ross is because he says it how it is. I like this nigga. Now here's the thing. 6'9" is putting Chapo Ross in a tough position. First of all, there's few people who like 6'9", and he's so loudly signing Trap, and that's how Trap got in trouble with that first thing because he did the right report. Yeah, Dirk's team is kind of saying it's Vonnie's fault. It was 6'9" took that info and said, "Didn't I tell you? Dirk's a rat." But he used the video of Trap Lord Ross, so everyone starts to think Trap Lord Ross. Basically said he was a rat. Because basically now you have 6'9" signing you up for axe weapons that you don't want to get. And then 6'9" is openly co-signing you, but they hate 6'9", so if they can't get 6'9", you heard Dirk say, can't catch the main nigga, then you better get his guys. So, pray for Trap Lord. It's not.
Tell me that there's a video of Pooh Shiesty holding. Yeah, that there's a video of Pooh Shiesty holding a gun and signed this contract been proven to be demonstrably false. That's not on video. If it was, he would have been put long.
Let them know you dropping it. Oh, see it. New Shiesty dropping 10-17.
I don't lie, that was a crazy plot. No, the government at first they said, "Oh yeah, we couldn't retrieve the video And they were like capping because they just wanted to drop it like at the surprise.
I was surprised. The internet has no idea what they're talking about. So the Pooh Shiesty case. Why is the internet wrong? Well, people who are saying that there's this guy on video pulling a gun on Gucci, Pooh Shiesty up there. I'm going to play the clip. It's too bad any idea is good.
Why would you do? Jump. You said you want to jump, you jump.
So I can sit here and make content talking about, oh, Pooh robbed Gucci Mane. It's just not facts. It's got
Let them know you dropping, not dropping. Oh, see it. Then you have to drop. See what I'm saying?
on the internet. I know you want to be so right. So many ways to defend a case like this. One of the things that I'd be looking out for is what everybody has to say, because if there's no video footage of what happened in the room, there's 6 people in a room.
Like this.
Let me tell you the difference between a lawyer.
It's, remind you, this nigga's a lawyer for workers who work overtime, and he's out here following robbers around for free.
Shit is the out for 3 months while they have him on camera. I'm here to say that on video, this case is over.
Let them know you dropping, not dropping. Oh, see it. Then you have to drop 10-17.
Let's talk about Pooh Shiesty first. So I've been reading, what's going on in the case. My opinion is, I did the bond hearing, I looked at the evidence. My opinion on the case has not changed. I think it's a very weak case for the feds. I think it's extremely beatable.
A celebrity lawyer for announcing that he's withdrawing from representing Shiesty.
You need to stop listening to this nigga right here. This nigga, lawyer, he gets everything wrong. Remember when he said Troy was in control? I want you to know this nigga follows rappers around for free. Books his own hotel, transportation, like nobody pays him to do this coverage. He does this for free, for fame, for clout. The only reason y'all like Chapo Ross is because he says it how it is. Y'all like this nigga because y'all feel like this nigga is gonna bring Dirk home. It's not. Because
I don't need a news report to tell me that there's no video of Pooh Shiesty holding a gun.
Facts. Yeah. Lawyer for Workers responded. He said this.
Wants to 6 9 out of the way so that we can cover the developments in the Dirk trial today. First off, 6 9 should not talk about the Tory Lanez case. Anybody who understands the Tory Lanez case and should be talking about it understands that if the defense attorney took a 1-week continuance and let Quan take the stand, Tory has a very, very good chance of coming home. And if you don't get that, you can't speak intelligibly about the case. So what are you doing? And then, the whole point about Shiesty is like, oh, look, he said there's no video. He said there's no video. Look at the timeline. Look at my post. There was no video when news broke. There was Seti Nash talking about, I've seen the video, but this page is not into the gossip and the rumors. We covered developing court events as they develop. As you'll remember, 6 9 we covered your case, and we covered how you had a lot of defenses and you were defending, and there was very little evidence against you. And then we heard you snitched and cooperated as the ringleader who took a 4K and turned a life sentence into time served while all your homies. Let's get the response to 6 9 out of the way.
All right, you got a little bit more.
One more point before we get to the Dirk update. It's crazy that somebody could say what I'm talking about wrong. The fact of the matter is, when the entire world, including just everyone, said Diddy is cooked, I sat there, one over and over again saying they will never get him on sex trafficking. One more point before we get to the Dirk update. It's crazy.
Chat, we're about to get, listen, every day we got special guests coming. You know who our next guest is going to be? We got to play this first. 600 Breezy. Jam in the background? Anyway. 600 Breezy is going to call in soon, chat. We're going to get 600 Breezy on the line. Today is snitching day. You know they call it chaining day? Today's snitching day. Niggas trying to earn their 5K1 letter. They trying to come home to their baby mama. The nigga who been fucking their baby mamas put on notice. After they sing like a Tweety Bird today, sing like Aretha Franklin, sing like goddamn Mariah Carey. They are gonna be on the way home. So if you've been fucking Jam's new bitch, you've been fucking Bonnie's bitch. If you've been fucking Keith Jones bitch, after they do the performance today, get your last couple fucks in because they get back on the streets. These niggas is coming home. Sorry, nigga, they coming home. They are telling like a motherfucker. Now, before this happened, a year ago, 600 Breezy, okay? Well-reputed savage out of Chicago, okay? Nigga, nobody played with. We seen him stand on business. He was one versus a bunch. Stood on business. Never fold, never told. One of the realest, clearly a Chicago legend. His name ring bells. His reputation is on blemish. Never seen no whole shit. Never no told shit. And yeah,
Yo, this
he
shit
was
getting
asked
me
a year
tight. Like I'm dead ass getting
ago
tight. Like
about
I
all
can't
this.
even make my
Listen
jump
to what
shot.
he
This shit
said.
keep lagging me out
He
every
spoke
time.
about OTFTM.
It's fucking mad dick.
I mean, he has Drew Finley representing him once again. Someone who represented you.
I would have known have been doing the jump shit.
So you
Nigga, I
got
could
the
have
best
stayed
lawyer.
outside. Like what the fuck?
How they call Deesky the threat? This is the Chirac Max Payne, okay? If you know, you know. This is the Chirac Max Payne. Trust me. Nobody was playing with this nigga. The Chirac Max Payne. Here you go, though.
You can get, and I mean, this guy's serious. So if anyone could beat
My
the
fourth
case,
time closing the app,
I
trying to make a
think
jump
it's
shot.
going to be hard to completely. But this is what I said because I need to stay consistent with what I've been saying. What I'm saying, like we don't know getting off. The question is, are they going to cooperate to avoid life sentences?
I mean, somebody died. Everybody's already they gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dirk probably the only one that can walk away. If you know what I'm saying, they really like, no, he had nothing to do with that. Y'all going off of iCloud and this and that, and he could have they do have a text message of him saying, oh, don't put no flights on it. It could have been for a show. It could have been for anything. Like,
It was for a wedding. Dirk was going to a wedding. He was the best man. The barber.
saying like we don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's like they don't really have shit on Dirk. Like, but he was the man with money. Right. That's how I look at it. He was the man with money, so we just gonna put it on him. But it's like they don't. But it's the Fed. It's the Feds. Like the Feds was like 98% conviction.
Well, okay. Keep in mind this is not an accurate number. These falls apart.
Okay, he also said this. He said one of Dirk's co-defendants could lie on him.
The problem is
Association
yeah,
type shit.
and then OT Avani went and rented rooms for all the killers using Dirk's credit card. You see,
Now, I hate people keep saying that they never use Dirk's credit card. Gotta keep, like, I'm gonna explain a business card to you again. You can assign usually for most business cards, if you got a business, you will get a credit card. You could have it put in 10 different people's names. Now, granted, all the charges comes back to the company. Dirk probably had a card in his name. Bonnie had a card probably in his name. Jason had a card in his name. So when Dirk tells him, don't put none in my name, these aren't the brightest of guys. And also, here's the thing, the Jason guy, who's not the illicit co-conspirator, he's going to be unindicted, and he's going to help the government. He's going to say, I didn't get what Dirk was saying, so I felt he was just saying, don't use my card. Use your card, but the only card I have for a business purpose is a OTF card, or astronaut sounds card, whatever you want to call it. So technically, and I'm kind of surprised, I'm surprised the government hasn't struck back at Dirk, because Dirk actually is not clearing that up. I'm going to tell you why he's not clearing. Dirk's team is not clearing that up. Because once again, let me just categorically state this. They never use Dirk's card. It's a business account. It's an Amex business account. It's assigned to whoever who are employees. On the card, it says OTF, well not OTF, it says Astronaut Sounds, and it's not going to say Dirk Banks. It's going to say Vaughn Grant, or whoever uses the card. So when he gives the instruction, don't use no card in my name, his team is not pointed out that they didn't do that. You know why? Because they're trying to use the angle that, oh, they did book something in Dirk's name, and that shows that Dirk wasn't controlling the plot. Dirk told him no, they went forward anyway. In reality, Dirk didn't say, don't book nothing with my business card or my business name, right? Dirk said my name. So again, these guys were, their ideas would be like, oh, we're booking stuff for work, so of course we got to use the company. But technically, they're not using Dirk's card, but Dirk's team won't clear that up because it's in their best interest to show that when Dirk gave an instruction, it wasn't followed. So he's not making a distinction. I'm actually surprised the government hasn't came back around and be like, no, they didn't listen to you, Dirk. They used your company card, but they use it in their name. So their name using the company card. So it's technically not in your name. You know what I'm saying? But the government is allowing that so far.
And some of the dudes who are, like OTF DD, OTF Boogie, all have OTF in their names once again. So I think the lesson here is you really have to pay attention to who you surround yourself with. At this point, see, I've never kept it.
One thing I like about Breezy and them, when you see the Chicago niggas with Vlad talks 80% of them. It ain't Johnson. Yo, look, this whole clip is just Vlad talking.
Contact. We had a couple phone calls here and there.
Yo, Breezy got
Because I don't really know. If Ronnie allegedly bought the flights, bought the masks, handed the guns out, did all of this, did everything just because Dirk was on the plane with him, how does that make Dirk? How does that have any?
You're right.
With Dirk?
You're right. And Dirk is going to say, just because I took a flight with him, I don't know.
iCloud in the fifth army.
How many people?
How did Dirk not delete the iCloud? He literally laid out the plan. The iCloud, first line of the song.
So I never had that conversation with him. There's no money being transferred. If there's a murder for hire, where's the money part? Because hire means payment. So yeah, he's got a chance of reasonable doubt.
This the fucked up part about that too. One of them niggas can completely flat out lie. And just because they never had that real pressure in their face, like, motherfucker, you gonna do life. But
That's the argument of the defense, actually. They're saying that's fine. I never been in trouble.
tell us this and Lil Durk, we've seen you. I've been in this situation before. With my drug case, they was like, we'll send you to Chicago tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Tell us you came to work for this person, which is my cousin, and then let us get how to work the drugs you had and split it up. Me as a man, I couldn't do either. Like, I wasn't gonna snitch, and I couldn't let them split the drugs up that I had. So it was just like, nah, I'm gonna just take that hit on the chin. But now you dealing with these niggas that looking at it like, shit, man, fuck that nigga. That nigga probably lived his life, man. He this, that. He probably don't fuck niggas, bitches all the time. Anything that one of them niggas can really sit on the stand and not get.
Well, see, that kind of goes into the 6ix9ine thing, right? Remember, I did ask 6ix9ine. I said, okay, let's say your homie's disloyal or whatever. He fucks your girl. Is that enough for you to tell the government about his crimes that he goes to jail for life? And he kind of was like, yo, what type of man fucks your girl? And I'm like, I'm not saying that that's a loyal thing. But I'm like, if you're in the streets or you're in criminality or a gang with someone and they fuck your girl, does that mean you could go to the police and tell about all their? That's gonna be interesting. Let me 6 on Breezy, OTF.
Essentially.
So a reward that's gonna go on for. Still, this is a hereditary reward that's gonna go on forever. People that love Bond, even fans, I ain't even talking about his real loved ones, just fans. People gonna have a problem with them niggas forever. It's always gonna be we supposed to beef. The BDs and them niggas from Savannah always supposed to beef in everybody's eyes because of the situation. It's never gonna be it's okay. If it's never gonna be if something's gonna happen one day. Right.
You don't think this is enough? Somebody dying? No.
I'm still alive. Bond did. People were tripping.
Pop is dead.
That weird. Who the fuck is that? Like,
that's too bad.
That's casualties of war.
Yeah, that's too bad that this is how
The streets. It's nothing. That's going to change people's mind.
And this is what they're going to try to say Dirk is behind. Saying Dirk is not going to let it go. He was going to slide for Vaughn.
They have no proof of none of that.
And this
Understand that if Dirk was in Bonnie shit, if Dirk handed them guns out, if Dirk went and bought them masks, if Dirk bought them flights, if Dirk whatever, just because a person that has access to my cards and shit like that or whatever did this, how the fuck y'all gonna just say, oh, well, you let him do it or you told him to do it? That's not true. But I get it. It's not true. Like, you know?
And if everyone stays quiet, I think Dirk has a great chance of beating him.
They-
All those guys all point the finger at Dirk, all of them. Like, is OTF Jam really involved in this situation or not?
See, I'm glad you brought that up too because
So I'm a little confused. At first, it was like OTF Jam, and then you stop hearing his name.
I know Jim personally.
Oh, really?
Like,
Okay.
person. So my mom's side, they say like Evans, St. Lawrence, all that shit, Evans Mob, his for all that shit like that. Where Jam is from, he would be considered my op, but he not because of my other people type shit, because he's from 79th and Vernon. Jam, I don't think Jam. If Jam was gonna snitch, he'd have been snitched on a lot of shit a long time ago. Jam's done a lot of time in jail. I feel like Jam, real nigga. Like I tell my hat to him. I ain't never seen Jam do no bitch ass shit. So when they start saying his name, I was the first nigga probably like, I don't believe that. I gotta see proof. Everybody out there think y'all saying Jam the one that's just going. No, I don't see that. I don't see that because shit, he a real street nigga. Like, and he had plenty of chances to snitch on niggas for a lot of other shit if that was the case. He wasn't. I don't think Jam got nothing to do with that shit. I think it's the internet. They threw his name and that shit like that because why? His name ain't came out in no paperwork or no shit like that. No what that nothing.
Yeah.
And that ain't hit.
But there are hidden names throughout the indictment. People say might be Jam, but you're right. In the beginning, there was like we were supposed to interview with him, a couple different people. In a second, we weren't quite sure if it was the right person or not. So ultimately, I didn't see any interviews. Is he locked up right now or no?
I see. I don't know that either.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I'm a little confused about the whole situation.
I've been super confused because like when they first said, "I'm like, all right, what the fuck this nigga Jim is gonna say something?" And it's like got fake pages, real page and shit. It's like me personally, I don't feel like Jim snitch. They would have to. I keep telling niggas, y'all gotta show. I gotta.
I think we got 6 on the breezy ready. Yo, Remo, what's the word?
I don't know what to do. That's what
Yo, yeah, you get me?
it's definitely it's juice and shit.
It was boxing.
I'm going defense on my offensive build.
Pop up in the media recently, I can look the other way, man.
It's not to go that way. It's
But
my big man.
I ain't trying to get no girl shit. Nah, there's always gonna be some big mama.
Really gonna be hard because I'm really only gonna be getting steals.
Are you keeping up with this trial? This trial is kind of getting wild now, man. Apparently, you know who Jimmy the Bull is? He's taking a stand today. Just played it. Just played it. No. Break that down though, because you said it with such certainty, and you interviewed with Clyde, you're like, you were basically saying, nah, not Jam. What makes you kind of get the demeanor that this would be one of the least likely people to get up there and start doing the telling and explaining moving as a federal informant? Why do you think? Okay. For us to talk about, and you know, I also watched the part of the interview said, you know, you had caught some situation and they wanted you to put it on someone else, and you just couldn't do it as a man. It's one thing about doing gangster shit, I think you would agree, but then another thing about either standing accountable for it or at least taking a risk that maybe you could really, you know, go down for the rest of your life, but you're not gonna take the, you know, the back door out the, you know, out the case by saying, all right, let's all blame it on somebody else. You think that out of his nature? Like, yes, he does gangster shit, but did you think that he was damn tall? Comes into fix. And by the way, we had 6ix9ine on yesterday, and it's kind of explaining why he did what he did. And I guess for everybody who cooperate, they're always having reason, right? Some people feel like with the Jam situation, at a point, Dirk might have cut him off. So maybe he was gonna stand tall, but if you feel you cut off from the gang, now you know is that a valid reason? You know, I asked 6ix9ine yesterday because you know when he goes down his list of reasons, he said, "Well, they kidnapped me, they stole from me, and he said they fucked my bitch." And I said, "All right, the fucking of your bitch is you can't just send somebody for life in prison because they fucked your bitch." But I get it. If you feel that, if you feel like you're now enemies with the gang and they did X, Y, and Z, maybe that if you took a charge, right? You took it, I don't know, like some serious shit. It carries 20. Take it for your man. Your man, you know, he's up mad money, but he stopped taking care of you. The prosecutor is still coming. You now doing 20 years. Your man forgot about you. He hanging with you niggas. He don't check on your moms. He don't say nothing to you. Prosecutor keep coming back to you every year. You know your man's. We still want him doing that 20. We know you're not taking care. Give us the info. We'll get your shit cut down. We get you out of here in a couple of weeks. Is that a valid reason to tell? If the person you're holding cuts you off, know he probably got a nice big iPad up in there, watching this, and he's like, man, Breezy don't understand because Breezy never got locked for a charge that don't got a date. Even if you were facing 20, you was getting out. The shit that he's caught up on, it says life. There is no, oh, when I get out, I'm gonna get up with you. There ain't no, let me take some programs. You heard what they said to that nigga down there in Jacksonville? That's some sweat equity till he died. So maybe it's a different feeling when you're facing life. You know, 10 years, you're like, all right, fuck it, whatever. My family down, I'm gonna still go back to the hood, I'm good. 20 years, that's a little bit longer, but depending on how young you are or whatever. Now, no chance of ever getting out. Maybe you're like, hold on, man. Maybe I have to jog my memory about what happened there. What do you think about that excuse in terms of time? Oh, yeah. When you first saw the numbers, 24. Never thought about it. You got noticed with Jam. Jam's demeanor is, I'm a gangster outside and who gonna fuck with me
You know
here?
the best experience right now?
Don't
Man, so you go to like to Samsung. Man, that's just a premium couch.
situation. So supposedly this is reported in there. We don't know if it's true, but we do know that apparently his baby mom did get killed. Imagine if the guy's not sliding for you, like somebody did something to your family, you locked up, the guy's not sliding. Is that a good reason to turn on the guys? Because here's the thing. People say never know until you're in that, like you 6ix9ine says, you never know until you're in that situation. And I'm trying to put every situation that is probably, you even say I can't even believe Jam is doing it. So I'm trying to explain his situation and maybe how he came to that mindset. And I'm trying to ask you with all his situations to see if maybe you could say, you know what, I maybe and I try to figure something out.
What up, Zay? Thank you. How you feeling? Good. Thanks for calling me, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, man. Uncle getting old. Hmm?
Telling on me?
Yeah, I'm still young. Yeah, man.
I'm a buy him his own place.
Mhm. What you doing? Huh? Hmm? I'm on the game. Yeah, I know who Uncle Sam is. Nah.
Oh,
Huh? Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Mhm. I definitely I've been outside all day today. Yeah. Outside all day, man. I appreciate you calling though, man. But yeah, I'm about to go get in the shower because it's pretty hot. Yeah. I'm about to go take a shower. If anything, I'm gonna talk to you later. You can call me tomorrow. All right, left. You love you, all right?
One of them pages, Sarah Cuban hit me and said that they got the body cam video of when they take you out of the car and you cry like Lil Ted and say you might know about the body. Oh, did you see that video? So they've never locked you up and you get a little bit of emotional, maybe you fucked up the whole day. Like, this is cry when they get locked up. main people who flip, right? One is Bonnie, one is Jam, but the other one is Keith. Two of them are shooters. It's not even like some niggas who they were like, man, I really didn't want to do this, but I was in the car, so I'm flipping. It's the niggas who did the murder. Like the niggas who is the ones who flip. That YSL trial, one of the defendants, I think Slime Line Shirley, his girlfriend was caught on the reported line saying, yo, you better stop staying in there, boys. Yo, get them what they want and come home. Like, basically, baby mama was pressuring him, like, you know, you don't got too much to do with it. Tell him what you want to hear. You got a family, not doing good. Anyway, he did. Did he cooperate? I think he cooperated to some extent, or he played out some way. So, I mean, yeah, how do you handle when your family's calling you and they're like, oh, okay, so like, yo, how do you get caught up in some shit in another state? Like, yo, you know, you got kids out here. Oh, your baby mama's on your bump. Your baby mama's might call the cops, right? Well, daddy, when are you coming home, daddy? When are you coming home? They don't care, like, that right now. So in this current climate, I think they see ramifications. Like, for example, 6ix9ine, popular streamer running around here doing what he wants. Lil Woody, he's popular personality running around here doing what he wants. Gunna having his way, that nigga in fucking Monaco having foursomes and shit like that. And it cooperated. They're like, you know what I mean? Their mamas out shot up. They look like they're fine. His family, he wants to stay out of the street stuff. Some of the stuff, like, you're seeing, you're in disbelief that Jamie the Bull is telling. You're seeing all this stuff happen. Right, people are celebrating. Some people who may have took what someone called a dishonorable route. Are you at the point where now you're like, you know what? Let me let me go try to build my code out black. I'm a civilian now. Like, I want to be a civilian now. I don't want to be nowhere near you niggas on the street. Um, Especially in light of all of this. Like, is that your demeanor now, or you're just like, listen, man, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna just be careful and stay away from a lot of these. with whatever. Yeah, man. This guy. For the nearest exit, like looking for extra. Cameras though. You know that you're gonna be on gyrocology, rap catch up college kid. They gonna be trying to, you know what? Expecting that, especially. See also, let me ask you this one question because people say this about her. Wonder, do you understand his thing or you agree with it? They say, Dirk, you was up there. Why are you still even around the street shit? You supposed to go and live your life over there. Supposed to, you got out. A lot of people say, so they kind of blame Dirk for, even if he's innocent, even being around this stuff, he fucked up because he got so successful. He should be like Chief Keef in the Hollywood Hills, far away from any type of niggas. Didn't have him listed Adam and Colton's for one. Then
I'm still putting my equipment and making. What's the word, be nice? You know the fact, be nice. I'll make another bill for you.
if you're part of the jury, they laid out a great case for why. But someone's going to say, and this is what the prosecutor's saying, oh, he told him to, and he funded it. What would you say to that? So you don't saying that claim that dirt. Even he did a song with Drake, I believe 2021 or 2020, and murder and murder, putting money on people's heads. You don't. Was desperate to get back, this and third. He had to slide. That's where it comes in. Because they're saying, yo, he's right. Oh, I'm gonna get my get back in. Oh, in some songs he's like, shit, my brother died. That too. Trying to match it to stuff. That's what the people love the music that they're like, oh, but then try to use that to build a narrative that you're like some kingpin that's for the murder. The defense should be. If y'all are money made these for this murder happen, look at the pattern of the history of murder. Bro, you gotta point it.
Okay, my playlist. It's coming together. Coming together. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow.
Hey, let me ask you a question. People this as well. Like 5 years ago, you posted on your story, you were like, man, pulling up to Savannah, Georgia. It's a question I have. Given how the feds are trying to interpret everything, they're interpreting no book, no flights in my name as this is, they're basically, you see, they're interpreting that someone's a crime boss. You see, when you think about that and you think about, back then, posted that you were going, you were at least posted it to the internet because some federal authorities who said, all right, we don't really got shit on Bruce, but if we get him to give us something on another motherfucker, but we're gonna use the fact that he posted some shit online. We're gonna just make it like, oh, he's part of some shit. Kind of regret like being that open with like certain shit online. Never detect like when you detect. No, let me get back in the day. I can detect when a nigga snitch or is gonna snitch. You feel like you have that